Tell you what, guys, we did it. There's another run, done and dusted. We have got a goal. I can't even talk properly. We've got a goal of trying to get to Hyrox this year. So I knew if I didn't go out on this run, I know I've been spending too much time in the gym doing bodybuilding stuff. My fitness is lacking. I needed to go on that run, and I am happy that I did it. I am, because I'd much rather go to the gym and do an intense leg day than go on a run like that. But we got it done. So I'm feeling a little bit flat, feeling a little bit low. So let's go get some carbs in us. And then we're on to that all-important question of the day. So stick around, because the best part is yet to come. Guys, we have been out and we've got the food that we needed for the week. I mean, I think it's for the week. I went to a new butcher's. I also went to a new fishmonger's. So I don't know exactly how it's gonna last, but I will say they gave me excellent value for money. So as you can see, guys, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. These have all got 2, I think one of them's got 3 chicken breasts in, and they're all tandoori. So it's literally put it in the frying pan, put it in the air fryer, and it's done. It's when it's cooked, like, it's good to eat. You don't need any seasoning, no additional work. Also here we've got 1, 2, 3. I thought there was more than that. But they are bags with salmon fillets in. And you know what? Props to the guy. I gave him £20 and he gave me basically the whole salmon, the whole thing. So I don't know how that works out in him making a profit, but we got the protein that we need. So I'm gonna get these, well, they're already in food bags. I'm gonna get them in the freezer, put away, so we can focus on the question of the day, which is coming up right now. So today's question, guys, is gonna be, what is more difficult, staying consistent or staying positive? Now, most guys, if you're anything like me, we bounce between the two. They're both extremely difficult. They're both not nice things to be dealing with. But when you are bouncing between the two, you have no stability whatsoever. So we will often try and, let me give you guys an example. So we'll say we're gonna go to the gym this whole week. We'll say we're gonna go 5 out of 7 days. But when we get to like the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th day, we feel absolutely numb, horrible, flat, and we just don't wanna do it. But in your head, you're saying, I need to stay consistent, so I need to go to the gym. That doesn't mean that you're gonna be feeling positive in any way. So just because you are staying consistent, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be staying positive. And just because you're trying to stay positive, it doesn't mean you're going to be consistently positive. You can't win in this life, so you've just got to make the best out of the cards we've been dealt. And to combat both of these two emotions, a lot of men think that the answer is discipline, when most of the time it's actually not. Discipline's got nothing to do with it. So failing at trying to be consistent, how can we relate that to us? So it might mean that you're trying to eat well all day or all week. It might mean that you're trying to go to the gym all week. It might mean that you're trying to do something specifically for your health and fitness that you are struggling to stay consistent with. Now, again, with men, we have a lot of shame, and we put a lot of shame onto ourselves when we don't stay consistent, because most men now, we blame ourselves for everything. We get blamed for everything, but we blame ourselves for everything, and we are our own worst enemy. So you can imagine that if your mental health isn't in a fantastic place right now, which most men, it isn't, the voices are already beating you down. And now, because you have set a goal that you have let yourself down on, you don't offer any grace. You beat yourself up as much as possible to the point where you physically can't take it anymore. And that's where the cracks start to emerge. And that's where we start losing our character. So it's important to rectify the problem before we get to that point. And when you become inconsistent at something, it's not usually just down to your own willpower. There's normally some other stresses that are coming in that are weighing you down, that just completely take up the capacity for you to be filled with that want to be consistent at something. It's very difficult to do it anyway. So when you're not in the right headspace, it's like trying to climb Mount Everest with 100 kilos on your back. It's not gonna work. Do you know what I mean? You're never really gonna do it. Now let's talk about the problems with trying to stay positive. So as I just mentioned, myself, I deal with a lot of things going on in my head all the time, and I would probably say that 90% of it is not positive self-talk. It's negative self-talk, and that's me being brutally honest. But a lot of guys will start putting that negativity into their own minds more than they've already got it when they feel a bit stuck, when financially money is low. Check out the last video if you haven't. We did a whole video on that. And just feeling stuck. You just feel stuck where you are, so you don't see a way out. And that can absolutely drain the positivity out of your system and make everything 20 times harder and make you not want to do it again. Both the emotions link in perfectly to each other. It also sucks when you get the feeling of you've tried as hard as you can to do everything to please everyone, and you still have come up short. You still haven't done what you needed to do. People still aren't happy, or you're not feeling happy about yourself, or you've tried to do everything and it hasn't worked. That's okay. Once, twice, 3 times it starts to get heavy, but we're talking guys are going through this every single day, every month, and have been for years, years and years and years. Yes, women have their own problems as well. I'm sure there's a wonderful female podcast you can go and look at that, but I'm here to talk about the men's problems because that's exactly the stuff that I have dealt with. Feeling stuck as a man when you are trying to get out of the rut you are in and constantly coming up short. And the shame of that is the heaviest feeling to a man that they can possibly feel, because you just feel like you're just not good enough for anything. So instead of me sitting here pretending that I know it all, let me read you guys something. A poor mindset kills consistency. Missed workouts worsen your mindset. Of course, we all know this. And then it becomes a loop. You're mentally low, and that leads on to physically inconsistent, and that leads you to be mentally lower, and it's just a loop, a loop, a loop, a loop, and we go round and round and round again. And it is true, most of the time, the battle that you're facing isn't in the gym, it's in your head. Relate it to, let's say, for example, by trade, I'm a sports therapist. That's what I studied in university, and if I wanted to, I could go and be a sports therapist today. The main thing that I learned from university with problems and injuries is the problem isn't always where the injury is. The problem is most of the time somewhere completely different. And that's pulling on something, that's making something tight, and then you've got pain down here. So most of the time, the stress isn't just the gym or just the food or just this or just that. You're creating a bigger scenario in your head for what it is, and you need to offload, you need to decompress, and you need to, if there's one thing that you do, it's go to the gym. You need to go for your own sanity. Get out of the environment you're in, get out of the stale headspace that you're in, go see some people. Hopefully you can be motivated, and go and do something good for yourself, because your body will thank you for it. No matter how you feel at the time of doing it, your body will thank you for it. I promise you. So please do comment down below. I would love to know for you, which one feels heavier right now? Trying to stay consistent or trying to stay positive? Because if I was to answer that question, yeah, it's probably the positive part. I've got a big problem with being positive a lot of the time, but I feel like my consistency is leaps and bounds better than my positivity right now. I'm just not in a wonderful headspace, but I'm in a consistent headspace. So I'm going to consistently feel down, but at least I'll go to the gym. And guys, if you don't know the answer to the question right now, which one you're struggling more with, take a few minutes. Just take 2 minutes to yourself, sit in a quiet space and just think about it, because I'm sure if it's not those emotions that you're struggling with, something else will come to the forefront of your mind. And if you're anything like me, once you've actually understood what the emotion and the problem is, then you have no issue with trying to resolve it. Or at least you know what you're dealing with while it's there. And that's the most important thing, so that we can become aware of what we're feeling and not push it back down, deal with it there and then, and consistently keep moving forward. Because as men, that's what we need to do. That's what we're designed to do. We conquer, we conquer, we conquer, we conquer, we take over, and we lead, and we inspire, and we motivate. We do all of these things. And if you're not feeling like you can do that right now, I am here to help you get back on that track, and we will get there, because I'm determined to make me get there. And if you guys are here on the journey, then I'm determined to get you there as well. So, as always, guys, peace and love. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I hope today has helped someone. I really, really do. And as always, guys, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're feeling. Let me know how you're getting on. Let's build a community. For now, guys, peace and love. Take care.